Reproductive efficiency has long been recognized as one of the most important aspects of commercial beef production. Today, reproductive losses cost beef cattle producers more than $500 million per year in the U.S.
The most infectious diseases related to reproductive loss in cattle will vary somewhat geographically in the United States. A common list of suspects would be BVD, leptospirosis, bovine herpes virus 1, trichomoniasis, and then fungal-related abortions. The most common cause of reproductive loss in cattle is not infectious disease. It's things like bull infertility, cow condition, cow infertility. Getting cows in condition to breed, keeping adequate numbers of fertile bulls, and other things related to getting cows bred is very expensive. BVD, once it gets established in a herd, may cause reproductive loss, but more importantly, we're concerned with calf death loss from diarrhea, from respiratory disease, and a whole host of other disease problems that are caused by BVD circulating in that herd. So while we talk about reproduction, that is just a component of important BVD-related control in a herd, and that all traces back to effective cow vaccination.
Protecting the health of the unborn calf is important not only to the vitality of the calf, but also the cow's well-being and future productivity.
The two most effective ways of achieving fetal calf protection is biosecurity. One is reduction in exposure to infectious disease, which is a lofty goal, but there are always lapses in biosecurity. So the second arm of that equation is effective vaccination, especially against bovine virus diarrhea virus and bovine herpes virus 1.
With more than 260 licensed cattle vaccines, veterinarians and producers might find it difficult to ensure they are using the right vaccine.
When we begin to look at vaccines that are available for cattle, the very first thing to remember is that most of those vaccines, when they are initially created, was actually for respiratory disease control. So when we begin to look at the fetus, the main thing we want to do is to understand that there are three things that allow the USDA to put a fetal protection claim, and that is protection from abortion, persistent infection, or congenital infections. And that is put in place on the labels for producers and veterinarians to be able to help to identify those products that have actually gone through those additional testing to protect that fetus. Zoetis has two lines of products, one in the modified live and one in the hybrid or killed vaccine line that provides opportunities for the veterinarian and the producer to decide what best suits their particular goals or risks that they see on their farm. Zoetis is the only company that provides a complete line of protection of their vaccine line associated with IBR-related abortion or BVD, persistently infected calves.
Built on more than 60 years in animal health, Zoetis actively seeks to address real-world challenges faced by those who raise and care for animals by supporting independent research.
Today, we're located at the North Auburn Beef Unit. This is a unit that's managed by the College of Veterinary Medicine. It's part of the Alabama Agricultural Experiment Station. This particular unit houses our beef cattle herd, which has been the basis for greater than 20 years worth of research on reproductive diseases of cattle, ranging from brucellosis up to current day bovine viral diarrhea virus and bovine herpes virus 1. One of the areas of research that we really pride ourselves upon is the viral reproductive diseases. And we have a rich history in the last 5 to 10 years of providing producers and veterinarians with highly applied, readily applicable research that can be used immediately to make decisions that improve their operations and protect their reproductive cow herd from diseases that are known to be a very significant problem.
Research from Auburn University recently evaluated reproductive immunization programs and the levels of protection they provide against infectious disease challenge.
Here at the College of Veterinary Medicine at Auburn University, we've performed several studies over the last couple years which have really been utilized to improve reproductive protection in beef cattle herds. As many producers and veterinarians know, there's many choices available for vaccination of cattle. There's two broad categories, modified live viral vaccines and killed viral vaccines. And these vaccines have advantages and disadvantages. Several years ago, we did a study that was sponsored by Zoetis Animal Health, which was 3 years in duration. In this particular study, we evaluated immunizing heifers, pre-breeding heifers with modified live viral vaccines, and then either boostering them with a killed viral vaccine or a modified live viral vaccine at pregnancy check. We then followed that study through a second breeding, and we then challenged those pregnant cows with BVD virus followed by bovine herpes virus 1. A very interesting study because we were able to demonstrate for the first time that you can actually utilize a killed viral vaccine or a modified live viral vaccine at pregnancy check and get superior results in terms of protection of that developing fetus. So this is a study that really has demonstrated that producers have choices, and the choice of utilizing either Cattle Master Gold or BovaShield Gold as the booster vaccine at pregnancy check are both highly efficacious in protecting against both BVD virus and IBR virus. As a follow-up study, our most recent study was the largest study that we've done to date at the North Auburn Beef Unit. We actually compared 3 different killed viral vaccines because we really wanted to now evaluate the comparative efficacy of 3 different killed viral vaccines and how they protect against specifically bovine viral diarrhea virus. There were 4 groups that were employed in this study. We had a control group, which is basically a group that doesn't receive vaccination, and that's the bar that we try to hit when we do these studies. And then we had 3 different vaccination groups. All of the vaccination groups were provided vaccine according to label directions. We had a group that received Cattle Master Gold, we had a group that received Triangle, and another group that received VirusShield. The results of this study were quite interesting. We did demonstrate that the killed viral vaccines do not provide the same efficacy of protection against BVD that the modified lives do. But the interesting part of this is that these vaccinated groups of cattle really had different results. And it goes to show you that the viral vaccines that are available today, commercially available to cattle producers, they are not the same. These vaccines are different in the strains that they're utilized, they're different in the adjuvants, they're different in how they're administered. And what we found was that the Cattle Master Gold vaccine line did provide superior protection. We had less PI animals in the Cattle Master group vaccinated animals as compared to the Triangle vaccinated cattle or the VirusShield vaccinated cattle.
Not all vaccines are created equally, nor do they provide the same levels of protection.
Our particular studies have provided data for both producers and veterinarians to make sound decisions on vaccine choices and vaccine programs. When producers are going out and purchasing cattle of an unknown vaccination status, they have almost a 30% chance of picking up a persistently infected carrier if they're untested. So having a strong, efficacious reproductive vaccine program in the cow herd will prevent a lot of the BVD virus and IBR virus associated disease that would really impact economically our cattle herds in the United States.
By protecting against reproductive diseases, Zoetis is helping producers increase reproductive efficiency and prevent reproductive losses for a more profitable operation.
Zoetis is committed to continuous improvement and understanding of bovine reproductive diseases. And as evidence of the studies that have been conducted answering questions that have never been able to be answered before, Zoetis will continue to invest in research so that veterinarians and producers have the information that they need to make the decisions to best protect their herd.